And that tells you everything about his vision. He's not building a closed loop, he's building a playable ecosystem. It's the same with modding. Most games add mod support years after launch, usually because the modders forced the issue. Road to Vostok's opened its doors before early access. He wants people tearing the demo apart, learning how the systems work, building tools, presets, mechanics, totally new experiences, so that when the game arrives, the ecosystem, well, it's already alive. He isn't trying to deliver a finished product, he's trying to deliver a framework that can grow for a decade. And that's why conversations matter here. That's why the currency debate matters. That's why AI, weather, maps, traders, vehicles, all of it is flexible right now. He's treating the game like a living project, not a consumer product, and that approach is rare as hell. Most developers tell you what the game is. Road to Vostok shows you the foundation, and then it asks you, what should this world become? And how do we make it feel real? This is the difference, and this is why the game already feels unique. I say game demo, because we're not just watching a game being made, we're watching a world being shaped slowly and deliberately, with every system designed to serve the long-term vision, not the short-term dopamine hit of other games. If you strip Road to Vostok down to its bones, you notice something that most people playing this game will miss. The shooting isn't the focus. The loot isn't the focus. Even the enemies aren't the focus. The real danger, I believe, in Vostok is the world itself. Most survival games treat survival like seasoning. A hunger bar here, a thirst bar there, just enough friction to justify looting. But Vostok treats survival as the foundation. The tension isn't just in the firefights. It's in everything that happens before and after a firefight. The space between the danger, the silence that tricks you into thinking you're safe, the weather that blinds you, the fatigue that forces the bad decisions, the cold that makes you doubt how far you can push. In most games, survival is just a timer. In Vostok, it's a negotiation. With the environment, with your own nerves, with whatever the hell happened out here that no one can or will explain to you. And that's the difference. The dev isn't trying to make you feel powerful. He's trying to make you feel vulnerable in a way that feels real. Not just scripted, not cinematic, just raw. And that's why the game doesn't tell you who you are. It doesn't tell you why you're alone. It doesn't tell you what went wrong at the border. Or why Vostok feels like a place people used to talk about and then suddenly stopped. You're not given purpose, you're given pressure. And the way you respond to that pressure is the story. It's the closest thing games have come to capturing the feeling of stepping into a place you shouldn't. That stalker energy, that metro dread, that sense that the world is wrong but you still need to understand it. The dev isn't building a shooter. He's building an experience where survival isn't the punishment, it's the philosophy. A world where the hardest part of staying alive isn't killing the enemies, but staying calm when nothing is happening and your head starts filling in the blanks. And that, I believe, is the vision. A long-term survival journey where the environment is the story and your decisions, or lack of them, write everything else. One of the other big differences in Road to Vostok, and again something people don't really talk about, is how little the game gives you. You don't start with massive firepower, you don't start with security. Half the time you don't even start with a plan. You find jackets, a half-empty mag, some food if you're lucky, maybe a rusty pistol eventually. It forces you into this constant mental tug of war. Do I use a bullet now or save it? Do I take this fight or avoid it? Do I sneak through the minefield to save ammo or risk going loud because I'm starving? Do I smoke this cigar now for sanity? Or do I wait until the middle of the night when I'm on edge? Every choice has weight and every mistake has a future. Most shooters ask, can you kill this enemy? Vostok asks, should you? You're always negotiating with yourself. Do I push deeper into Vostok hoping to find a better gun? Do I bypass this encounter because the next one might kill me? Do I pick stealth today because I'm too weak to fight? Do I even have enough left in me to survive the next 10 minutes? The game forces you to think forward and present at the same time. Your brain is split, one half calculating your next hour, the other half terrified you won't survive the next 30 seconds. And that is the thing most people miss. The action isn't driving the game is driving you. Vostok doesn't reward aggression, it rewards restraint, judgment, awareness, discipline under pressure. This isn't Tarkov where you sprint around a corner hoping your reaction time saves you. This isn't DayZ where you hoard gear until you're unstoppable. This isn't Stalker where you can blast your way through a camp once you get geared. Vostok makes you ask every single moment, is this fight worth the bullet? Is this decision worth the risk? Can I afford the consequences if I'm wrong? And that, my beautiful noobs, is the dev's vision. Not faster gunfights or smarter AI, but a world where scarcity shapes you, and the only way forward is careful, deliberate, almost surgical decision making. In Vostok, combat isn't the main system, thinking is. The border isn't just a gameplay moment in Road to Vostok. It's the centre of the entire vision. For the dev, the border is where the game stops being a testing ground and becomes the real survival experience he wants to build. Everything before is preparation. Everything after, it is consequence. Permadeath isn't there to punish you. It's the spine of the whole design philosophy. It forces you to think like someone who's actually trying to cross a forbidden zone. Don't rush, don't panic, don't fight every bandit you see. Pick your battles like your life depends on it, because in this world it actually does. But the border is only the beginning of what he's trying to build. The dev has said the final game will have multiple maps, each with their own safe houses maybe. Crafted spaces you can repair, reinforce, upgrade and rely on as fallback points. And the question he's exploring, and the question he hasn't even answered publicly yet, is this. Do safe houses exist inside the permadeath zone? Are they sanctuaries you can push towards as you go deeper? Or is the permadeath region meant to feel like a place with no safety at all? That's part of the vision I think he's shaping. A world where survival just isn't moment to moment. It's geographical, it's strategic, it's layered across the locations. Same with the crafted. Right now it's non-existent. It could be simple. Food, bandages, tools, but his long-term roadmap hints at crafting ecosystems. Bullets, weapon parts, meds, improvised gear, repairs, upgrades, the kind of things that make safe houses genuinely matter, and to make long-time survival something you build, not stumble into. And then you look at the traders. Even the currency system still being designed. He's talking with the community about whether we use euros or Finnish mark or a hybrid cash and barter economy where some items are going to be bought and some items are going to be traded. He's even considering pay-for-services gameplay, pay for transport, vehicle access, repairs, faster routes, backdoor entrances, things that turn money into strategy instead of just being another loot number. This is all the vision he's building towards. A world spread across multiple regions, with safe houses forming a network of progress, a crafting system that evolves from basic survival into a gear, maintenance and long-term planning, an economy that makes every decision meaningful, and a permadeath zone where all those systems come together as the ultimate test of how well we're prepared. The border is only proof of concept. The blueprint, the hint of bigger ideas, a survival journey where you don't just fight to stay alive, you build means to survive, and the further you go, the more the game tests whether you learned anything from the world you left behind. Now that, to me, is a vision. Not content drops, not seasonal shooters, a living world where every system pushes you towards the same question. Are you ready to cross into Vostok? And if not, do you need to become someone who is? So, if you look at Road to Vostok with normal expectations, when's early access? How big is the map? Where's the story? You're going to miss the entire point. The game isn't being built the way other games are built. It's not a content treadmill. It's not a feature checklist. It's not a race to market. The dev isn't trying to make a game. He's trying to build a simulation. A world with rules, systems, consequences. Long-term survival logic that actually holds up across multiple maps, multiple safe houses, multiple progression paths, and the permadeath stone that ties it all together. And you can't just build all that in 12 months or 2 years. You can't slap that together with a roadmap. You can't brute force it with a team of 50. This kind of project takes time because the systems come before the content. The engine, the physics, the soundscape, the survival logic, the weather layers, the economy, the crafting ecosystem, all of that has to be perfect before you start adding missions, factions, lore, regions, NPC rhythms, and long-term gameplay loops. Most games start wide. And shallow.
Stop.
Road to Vostok is starting narrow and deep, digging out the foundations until it's strong enough to support decades of ideas on top of it. That's why the dev has spent months tweaking weather behaviours, why he obsesses over sound propagation, why he rewrites AI movement instead of masking problems with bigger gunfights, and why he opens up the modding early. Why he asks the community about the currency, traders, vehicles, because the decisions will impact the next 10 years, not the next patch. He isn't making decisions like someone shipping a product, he's making decisions like someone creating a world. A world that needs to feel consistent and believable, from the first village to the deepest part of Vostok. And that's why the pace feels slow, not because he's struggling, not because development is stalled, but because he refuses to build the house before the foundation is right. He's building the invisible systems first, the ones most players never think about, but instantly they notice when they're wrong. This is why people say, why is the demo so small? Or why is there no story yet? They're missing the bigger truths. Road to Vostok isn't a snapshot. It's a long-term project, a decade-long commitment to building a border zone that actually feels like a border zone. Hostile, indifferent, unforgiving, and believable enough that survival means something. Most studios sprint. The dev is walking on purpose because he's not chasing the hype. He's not building the world that needs to survive on its own idea, and that's why this game is going to need 10 years. And that is why it might actually work. So what does that mean for us? The people who are actually going to step into this world. It means Road to Vostok isn't giving us the survival power fantasy. You're not becoming a warlord, you're not grinding for meta guns, you're not wiping lobbies or stacking loot like trophies. The game is asking you something different. It's asking you to be patient, be deliberate, and to think in hours, not seconds. To treat the world like a place that existed before you. A place that will keep existing long after you fall. Most survival games reward aggression, Road to Vostok rewards awareness. Most shooters reward speed, Vostok rewards preparation. Most games make you feel stronger the longer you survive, Vostok makes you feel smarter, and sometimes smaller, because the world never loses its weight. And that's the emotional hook here. This isn't a game about feeling powerful, it's a game about feeling responsible. Your life, your gear, your sanity, your future. They're all tied to every decision you make because the game isn't trying to entertain you, it's trying to immerse you. And the more you understand the world, the more the world tests you. And that's why the quiet moments hit harder than the gunfights. That's why a single bullet feels like a resource and not a tool. And that's why the approaching border feels like a real risk, not a gameplay loop. Road to Vostok gives you something games rarely give anymore, a reason to care. Not because the story tells you to, not because the loot demands it, but because the world feels honest. Honest in danger, honest in silence, and honest in indifference. And if the dev stays true to this vision, this long-term systems-first, player-shaped survival philosophy, then Road to Vostok won't just be another extraction shooter, or another Stalker Light, or another indie passion project. It'll be something else entirely. A world you respect, a journey you prepare for, and a border that you're going to fear crossing, but cross anyway. Because deep down, that's the whole point of the game. You're not the hero, you're not the chosen. You're someone trying to survive something bigger than you. And somehow, that feels more real than anything else in this genre. And that's Road to Vostok. Not a shooter, not an extraction, not a grinder, not another indie project. A world that's built slowly, deliberately, and systems you want to think about and not sprint into. A world that doesn't care if you're ready, it just expects you to act like you are. And honestly, I respect the hell out of that. And if the devs keep going the way he's going, this could be one of the most interesting survival games we've seen in years. Not because it's flashy, but because it's fucking honest. Anyway, enough suffering for one day. Hello my beautiful noobs, TJ here. If you've made it this far, you're already built different. You're the kind of person who'll actually survive that border crossing, or at least try in with dignity. If you want more of this world, check out my Vostok video.
Are really fucking my throat. Is the music on YouTube Studio PC made for you? Are you fucking kidding me? Piece of shit, bro. That sucks so much, man. Come the fuck on, man. Sitting here having an anxiety attack because it's too quiet. There's no fucking sound. There's no sound. Oh my god, bro. I figure out. And then, bro, he's just in the shop. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I have my feelings about that one, dude. What?
sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me.
Can't even do it, dog. Alright. I've been on a stream, but why? I hate how I wasn't paying attention last time. That shit bends me into shape. Got me walking around looking in trash cans for anything to keep us up alive. Yeah, this is definitely a looter shit. What the fuck are you thinking? Can't wait to get armor. Shouldn't switch everything up. bad. Guys, I'll call this fucking murder shooter.
Haasta paska!
My fucking weapon jammed? When did they put weapon jamming into the game? What the fuck, bro? Oh my god, cat. What the f- Bro! Y'all bullshit. Taking a knife. Knife run. Somebody getting cut today. I'm slicing somebody's ass, bro. It better be Insta. Where are your eyelids? Ugh. Let's get it. Nah, we're just going right. We're cutting through it all. We're going through all of it. Now we're running. Tripping? Did I just hear a gunshot? Quit eating my hair, you blind cat.
Rauha, rauha. Kavereita tässä vaan ollaan.
guys. By him. He takes me up a little bit, but I'm alright. Not shit. Stupid ass fish town. I knew when they told me, hey, we're deploying you, Finland, I was like, what? Yeah, they were like, yeah, it's a great honor, man. Ready to, fly the fish. This for who? Anyways, made my car products. The gun jams. That is. That sucks. Sure, I had nowhere to go. I'm hungry, bro. What do I want to eat today? What do you guys think? Vodka? Vodka is what we eat today? I'm not doing good. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. And I think the hungrier I get, the worse it is for me. I can't even throw a punch with my weapon. Just give me another knife. Let's see, let's go these bitches. I got lucky last time. The dude had a fucking Mosin, but I don't think I'm gonna get lucky again. Leave her alone. She's so old. So- 'Cause, 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 singing Duke that moves. I'm so butthurt about that. I'm actually hella hungry, bro. I might need to just stop and make some food. Hold on. I want to keep playing, but yeah, I might. Alright, I'm gonna do one more and then I'm gonna run out of my food. It'll fucking perish. Headshot's crazy, bro. What the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Please drop that shit. You wanna see if anything I can do? I live, bitch. Let's go! Oh, Murray in the kitchen. Stew? Well, anyways, I didn't lose anything on the run. I'm good. I'll be back all nighter, yo.